I feel liberties to take pot shots because I don't care if they say, well, he's not welcome here anymore. Because like I've been kicked out of better places, like Pico Kosher Deli, like, you know.
What other kosher restaurants have you been kicked out?
Nah, I've only been kicked out of one. Every restaurant loves me except for that one. That's the only place that doesn't like me. You know, everybody else loves me, and you know, like Nagila, they love me, and they love the fact that I helped them out on the internet with a video, and they named a shake after me several years ago.
Nah.
Yeah, one of the menu items is one of the, well, it's not on the menu, but it's an item that they sell is a Herschel shake, right?
Wow.
You know, and I go into Milky Way and I have my own table, right? I'm a big deal there, you know. Yeah, I'm a powerful person. You know, everybody, you know, respects me, and restaurants love me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and there's restaurants where I get like special, oh, take this or take that. You know, and I've built up a relationship now. I'm friends with the guy at Mexico. Sure, thank you very much. Right. So these are like the places where the owners love me, and I can do no wrong, because everything in life is there's basically two types of people in this world. People who love Rabs and people who hate Rabs. And the people who love Rabs can do nothing wrong. I can do everything and they'll just find a way to love it. Right? And people who hate me will find something to hate about me no matter what I do.
Right.
That's the way it works. And Pico Kosher Deli is part of the group that hates me.
To hate Rabs is to hate life itself.
Yeah.
So what do I think is the best measure of a rabbi's influence? How much he can get his congregants to study Torah beyond what they would naturally do?
Oh, that's one way, but here, let me tell you the flaw with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a place. I'm not afraid to say places.
Right.
Aisha Torah.
Okay.
You could have people there who get up at 5 in the morning and learn Torah every day. And how do I know this? How do I know this?
How do I know this?
Because when Aisha Torah first started, they didn't have the building finished yet.
Right.
And I was learning in Eula's base midrash. And I used to come down to the base midrash, you know, and take my mikvah and get to the base midrash like 5:36 in the morning. I was down there before davening, learning Torah every day. And you know who was down there? The Aisha Torah guys. They were having their daf yomi or whatever the hell that they were learning. They were learning chumash or they were learning something down there. And they were down there like clockwork. It was me and the Aisha Torah guys, because the Aisha Torah building wasn't built yet. This was 1988, before your time. And I know for a fact that these guys are down there every morning. But now the minion started at what, like 7:30 or something like that. These guys, shear was done, and then they would leave. Now some of them might have stayed for davening, but here's the thing that I got to tell you. I have a friend of mine, okay, who was in a different shul, doesn't belong to H or whatever, and invited one of these guys, because the guy was getting involved in Judaism. He was like a total Baal Tshuva type. And I can say that because I'm not giving up the name of the guy. Right? And my friend said, hey, you're getting into Judaism. Why don't you come to our shul? And you'll daven with us and put on tefillin with us and whatever. And the guy said, what's tefillin?
No.
He said, what's tefillin? So my friend was like, well, you've been there for 6 months. I just assumed since you were going there for daf yomi or whatever the hell it is every morning, whatever the hell, but beginners chumash. I don't even know what it is, right? Since you're going there every morning, I just figured that you stayed for davening, and like they had you. Then he's like, no, I always leave and I go to work, and no one ever told him that there's tefillin and you have to put it on every day. They just like he was learning Torah every day, 5-6 days a week. He was out there first thing in the morning, and then he'd go to work. He never stayed for davening. So I'm going to say that the attitude of rabbis who get you to learn more Torah have had an effect on you is not foolproof, because on its own, learning Torah is missing the point. Because there's more to it. You have to do the mitzvahs as well. You've got to learn Torah and do mitzvahs. Putting on tefillin and goes together with learning Torah. You have to daven, you have to put on tefillin, you have to learn Torah. Just learning Torah on its own is almost, if that's all you do, that becomes almost a type of academia. You might as well take it at the college. Right. I'm just going to learn what's in, the Zohar. Go to the Kabbalah Center, right? Or I'm just going to learn what's in the Pentateuch, right? So I'm going to go to the University of Judaism and learn, what's inside Pentateuch. Right, which is fine, because you're going to come out and you're going to hear what's inside that, but you're never going to take upon yourself Torah mitzvahs, because they don't hold by the Kabbalah soul. They've already thrown off that, right? So it's just an intellectual pursuit. So just getting up to the bima and saying, I have a real hold on you because I'm getting you all to learn 40 hours a week on its own, that doesn't really cut the mustard. What you really wanted to say is, what power does a Rav of a shul have?